Guys, welcome in. Congratulations. I'm excited. It's we're getting ready for the big event. Mike, Harrigan, you guys, this isn't your first rodeo. Talk to us a
No.
little bit about the ball, the history, what we can expect.
Yeah. So it is called the All American Inaugural Ball, and it is it's we've been doing this for about 30 years, since Clinton's second inauguration. Um, and essentially, it started when we, my first inaugural experience was Jimmy Carter's, believe it or not, way back. The person who lived across the street from us, Mike McGrath, was the speechwriter for Jimmy Carter, and our families were close, and so we have a big family. All 11 of us, I think, went to that inaugural, and it really resonated with me. It was very impactful that it had. Such a like it was such an American experience. I just remember the flags and everyone cheering and everyone happy and celebrating the concept of freedom, and that just always sat with me. But then as I got older and I was putting on events, kind of realized looked around and saw that all the inaugural balls they're great and they have a place, and they're put on by different communities or states, and they're all kind of focused on what is important about that state and what is special about that state, which is awesome. But none of them are really about what brings us all together as the United States, right? And unite us and really celebrate the concept of diversity, but inclusion, everyone together. And yet, and so that's when I decided to go ahead and put one together and make it the All American Ball, and really celebrate the best of us. And so we decided to focus on the people the everyday heroes who really go out of their way, above and beyond, go the extra mile, and often sacrifice everything, to help others, and that really is what makes everyone great.
So I know Deborah is the CEO of Operation Renewed Hope Foundation.
Yeah.
They do some great work with veterans. I want to get to Deborah in a second and just talk about what they do. But how did you walk us through the charity aspect of this? Because you talk about, supporting all of these great American institutions, obviously veterans and what they do. And I'll let Deborah talk to that in a second. But how did you guys come to decide what charity to support this year?
So we've always focused on or a lot of time on first responders and or veterans charities. And actually, Deb and I go way back. We both went to James Madison University back in the day. And I am familiar with her work and what she's been doing, and we got to talking and asked if she would be interested in working together on this, and really focusing on some true heroes and bringing a light and support to her cause.
So Deborah, I know retired Army Lieutenant Colonel. Tell me about your charity and its role in this.
Yeah, so Operation Renewed Hope Foundation provides quality housing and supportive services to our veterans experiencing homelessness right here in the D.C. metro area. We were founded in 2011, and since then we've helped more than 1,500 veterans and their family members get into or stay in housing. And how we got involved with the other charities too is it takes a village to help veterans regardless, right? So some of these other nonprofits like CAMO, which is Center for Advancement of Military Music Opportunities, and Kathy Licarius is going to be representing that organization. We have worked with them. We've had some of their great singers at our Purple and Gold Ball that we have every year, our Purple and Gold Gala. And also Homes for Our Troops. We have, in fact, I went to them when I first started Operation Renewed Hope Foundation to get advice on how to proceed, because I was starting from scratch, putting a nonprofit together. And I tell you, it's, Sean, I think being a veteran, it is a brother and sisterhood like no other. And so we have to work together to help each other. And so if we have certain veterans that need to fix something that we can't fix, we go to other nonprofits as well. So that's part of the impetus of getting these other veteran charities involved as well.
So, Mike, you've been doing this, as you mentioned, for quite some time. Talk to me about like the evolution of balls. Like, I went to some back in the day. I went to Trump's in 2016. I'll be with you guys emceeing this thing Saturday night. Like, tell me a little bit about like what has changed as somebody who's seen this over the decades.
Yeah, well, so actually a lot has changed. A lot has kind of stayed the same. So there's a lot. They're mostly, as I said, they're put on by states, and so the states will generally will focus on what is special about their state. Some of the things that have changed, I know the Texas ball has really grown significantly, and really after the
That's
George
what, black
Bush.
tie and boots, right?
Yeah. Like it wasn't really on the map, at least that I knew of, until George Bush, the W, and then it exploded onto the scene. But some of the other things that we've kind of steered some change. They all used to be, you wouldn't get any. There was no drinks, no food. It was just you pay a lot of money and you go, and it was just there wasn't anything to it. And we
Wait a second. So you pay to just go what? Listen to music? Is that what I'm like that?
That's what most of the balls were. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when we came onto the scene and started saying, well, we're going to have an open bar, it was like a shell shock. Everyone's like, what do you mean?
Everyone's like, I'm going to Mike's event.
Yeah, well, we definitely wanted to put the experience first. So this is something people look forward to. I mean, this is something they're going to remember and tell their grandkids about. And so to have a poor experience is just, it's really not acceptable to us. So that's really important.
So, Deborah, aside from running the charity that's benefiting from this, I know you're helping to coordinate some of this as well. There are some other people that are being honored. Who are some of those people?
Yeah. So Sheriff Mike Chapman from Loudoun County, he has 47 years of public service. So he is one phenomenal guy. And so he's another awardee. And we have Captain Luis Avila and his wife, Claudia. Captain Avila lost one of his legs in combat. And instead of sulking about it, he's still active duty. And
Really?
He's competing in the games, like Invictus games. And they are really, they have put their heart and soul into helping other veterans and especially caregivers, because, caregivers are really, in my opinion, the unsung heroes out there. So we are so honored to be able to honor her, Claudia Avila, with the All-American Heroes Award as well.
Mike, let me ask you this. I was downtown, I don't know, a couple days ago. I'm driving around D.C., and it's like a fortress. I mean, not just is the fencing up, but there's like a no parking sign everywhere. Like, and it's, how does the change in security this year in particular, and maybe, again, you've got some great perspective on this. Like, how has security changed, and how is that affecting your ability to make this still easy to get into, fun, that kind of thing?
Yeah. So it is a challenge. It is. That is something that has evolved over the years, and especially after 9/11. Everything kind of changed after that one. There's always been heavy security, but now you get a magnetometer and you get everything going into all the places. But the perimeter, basically, when it comes to, depending on what day you do it, I think we're going to just miss the date of having to go, every vehicle having to get scanned getting into that area. But I think the morning after hours on Sunday morning, I think they go into kind of lockdown, and I think all the vehicles going in and out get checked. But so really, what the experience is from customer standpoint is we're really pushing people to take the metro, go early. The advent of Uber and those types of things is really helpful because parking, as you said, parking is really, really tough. So we're really advocating people to get a ride there.
You know, Deborah, to Mike's point, when I first went to balls, like you'd walk into this big room, at least in the balls that I went to, at least there was a bar. It was an open bar. You had to pay for it at some of the previous ones. But like, you know, you went, they played music, you socialized, maybe had a couple drinks or whatever, and then left. You guys actually have like a program. So what, like that's, I think kind of a very unique thing about the All-American Ball, at least to the balls that I've been at. Like I've been to Black Tie and Boots. You mentioned, Mike, the Texas State Society one. But you know, same thing. You go there, you dance or stand in the corner and do the overbite look or whatever it is. Maybe you have a couple of drinks, talk to some folks, and then go home. Deborah, walk us through like what does the program look like that you guys are doing, and why do you do it the way you do, as opposed to just, you know, having a party?
Yeah, well, as Mike mentioned, you know, this is about honoring all-American heroes, and we even start off with one of our Air Force veterans singing the national anthem. His name is Julian Awari. He was on The Voice. He was top 20 on The Voice. Yeah. He sang at a Kansas City Chiefs football game.
Well, we won't hold that against him.
and believe it or not, he fell into homelessness, and we helped him out of it. And then I got on the phone with him. I said, "Hey, I understand you sing." And he sang at our last Purple and Gold Gala. Such an emotional event, and I'm so excited to have him out there again on Saturday. And we also have in the lineup Mark Fletcher from CAMO, the Center for Advancement of Military Music Opportunities. And then we have hopefully in the lineup Lee Greenwood to sing "God Bless the USA." And at the end is going to be Captain Luis Avila, and the Sicilian Tenors, which is a great group. They've also performed at NFL games. They are going to be singing along with him. And one of those Sicilian Tenors is an Air Force veteran. So we've really, you know, got all the military wrapped up in this program. And I think Mike can talk to the different entertainment zones inside the ballroom and outside the ballroom.
Yeah, Mike, it seems like you go in and get all jacked up on patriotism. You're all fired up, and then then what, do you go to a different entertainment zone? Like, okay, now that you're all fired up and you've got your God Bless America and your national anthem, and then what? You go dance to
Yeah, there's 6 different party or zones. It's about the experience. We want people to walk out of there and remember that forever and feel like they had the experience of their lifetime. So it's like a circus. There's going to be, you know, an interactive zone where you'll have like the racing presidents and the step and repeats and different magicians and just different activities going on.
This sounds. This sounds pretty cool. I mean, so it's not just go and hang out. It's you want this to have. I mean, racing presidents and magician. This is not like your daddy's ball. To your point about, you know, back at Jimmy Carter. So it sounds like this is like a real like. I mean, it's black tie though, right? I mean, this is. I just want to make sure I'm going to wear the right thing here, and I'm not supposed to dress up and have fun here.
Black tie optional. I think I'm probably going to be wearing a bright red jacket, but it's but there'll be probably half suits and half tuxedos, and but it's with the patriotic flair. We emphasize the patriotic part.
Oh, okay. I got that. It's like, so Pete Hegseth would be welcome there with his you know, his belt and his jacket. I mean, there's a whole New York Times story about how he dressed patriotic, and so I guess we'll have to raid Pete's wardrobe to go to the All-American Ball.
Yeah. The fashion police will not be there.
Yeah, all sorts of patriotism, first responders, but not the fashion police, right?
They got defunded.
So how many people show up at a ball like this?
2,000.
2,000 people.
Yeah.
And how big is this is at a hotel in downtown DC.
Yeah.
And give me a sense of, just from a planning perspective, is this something that you've been doing for, you know, after the last one you went for 4 years? Because last time was COVID, right? Did you have one?
8 years. Yeah. No one did anything 4 years ago.
So, I mean, to my earlier question, did a lot of stuff change, or was it like, hey, I gotta get back in the ball groove because it's been a while? I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you pick up the ball after 8 years. Sometimes it's a little like, wow, I didn't realize costs have gone up this much, or
they have a lot. Yeah. Oh yeah. The everything, the expenses are much higher. But I've done many events. I've done, formal balls for 10,000 people. And festivals for 40,000. So we have pretty good templates for how to put the stuff together. And doing it at a hotel is a lot easier than doing like a street festival or something. No, it wasn't that hard. It was fun. That's probably what made it easier. It was just fun, and the people you talk to that are the guests that reach out, and it's a very nice experience.
So I know Deborah mentioned Lee Greenwood being honored this time. You guys have had some pretty big people in the past, right?
Yeah. So Buzz Aldrin has been probably 4 or 5 times he's come. So his birthday is January 20th, the inauguration day.
Oh, well, that makes
sense. So he's celebrated every 4 years, except for the last one. His birthday with us at our ball, and he's gotten an award each time as well. And he's getting an award this time, but it's going to be in absentia. He won't be able to make it. He's 95. He's turning 95.
Yeah. I met his wife. She came when I was, I don't know, probably 2 years ago. I think he'd put out a new book, and I got to meet her. But that's pretty cool. I mean, so now Lee Greenwood, and you always honor these first responders and American heroes, which has got to be pretty cool if you're one of these folks and get a call and say, hey, there's a ball, you're invited, and you're getting honored.
Yeah. It's very pride inducing for them. They feel really good about it, and we feel blessed. I mean, it's just to be able to honor them is an honor. Yeah.
Mike, let me ask you this: just as we get ready to wrap up the week, to head into the weekend, and then get into balls and events and parades and stuff like this. If somebody says, hey, I love what you guys are saying, I want to go to the All-American Ball, can they still go? I put the link in the show notes on YouTube, and so if people want to go there, it's in my newsletter. I've had it every week because obviously I will be there. I've had a lot of people say, hey, so if people want to go at the last minute, is that an option for them or not?
Unfortunately, all of the tickets are sold out except for there's a few of the presidential pass tickets. It's like the highest end ticket, but otherwise they're all sold out. They can go to the website and if they want to get a presidential, if they're still available, but I doubt they will be on Friday.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm excited about this for this weekend. I think this is going to be fun. I really love the tone and tenor of this. Like, it's about America, right? It's an institution, the inaugural. Yes, this is about Donald Trump this time, but I think that, your longevity in doing this is about celebrating America and the institutions and the people that make it great. So hats off to you. Congratulations for everything. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. I've now got to figure out if I have to run out and get something. I was thinking I was going to straight black tie. You've given me a heads up. I don't know what I can get at the last minute. But anyway, guys, I will have a lot to post over the weekend. Keep an eye on Instagram. Obviously, Monday is a federal holiday ×2. It's Martin Luther King Day plus the inauguration. We will be live for the inauguration, giving you insight that nobody else has. Then back at 6, obviously, for the show. But stay with us all throughout the weekend. Sign up for my newsletter to get all the insight, SeanSpicer.com. We're excited. This is going to be a great weekend. I'm looking forward to going to the ball. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on Monday, to sharing it all with you and breaking it all down. What a day it's going to be. Have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you back here on Monday. Well, if you enjoyed this content, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get more.